Wow, that was fast. This lady is so sloppy. You guys remember the other day, we said the feds were closing in on her accomplices. Well, we've already got 2 people listed as witnesses on some of her allegedly fraudulent documents from her Norfolk property. And guys, who she has exposed here? I mean, these are her most trusted members of her team, the people who would know everything. Now, here's the really interesting thing about that Norfolk property. See, her own defense is that she helped her niece get that property to create some generational wealth. The Attorney General bought a property with her niece because her father instilled in her the importance of owning property to build generational wealth. Her office said in a statement, her niece lives in the home as a primary residence, and the Attorney General has made it clear that she is not using the Virginia home as her primary residence because she lives in New York. Which is a really interesting choice for her defense because it actually confirms that she never intended to move in, which allegedly confirms not only mortgage fraud, but by nature, insurance fraud as well. Most critically, this power of attorney was the basis for the entire mortgage underwriting. The loan terms explicitly required both James and her relative to establish the property as their principal residence within 60 days of closing. By approximately October 30th, 2023, the financial institution relied on these specific occupancy declarations to approve the loan.
The key allegation, again, it sounds like you don't want to address them here, but I'm just going to put it out so people understand that a property that was owned in Virginia, a mortgage that you signed, if I'm not mistaken, for that property, that they say you falsely represented yourself as a resident of Virginia, and that was essentially amounts to mortgage fraud since you're a resident of New York. What is your response to that?
It's baseless. Everybody knows I'm a resident of New York, specifically Brooklyn. And again, we will respond at the appropriate time in the appropriate way to these baseless allegations. And some media outlets like the Daily News over the weekend has indicated as much.
That's all you want to say?
So even her own defense is incriminating, which is a little sad because, she's an attorney general. I mean, you'd think she'd be able to navigate this entire situation a little better than this. All right, so who exactly do we have on the line here? Well, it turns out we've got 2 of her top employees in her New York office listed as witnesses to her Norfolk, Virginia property. I mean, we're talking 2 positions directly underneath Letitia James within her New York office. So first up on the left here, we got Sharona Parchment, Letitia James executive assistant. Now that's like the Attorney General's right-hand man, handling everything from administrative support, managing the Attorney General's calendar, scheduling, to legal support, preparing legal documents like a paralegal, liaisons, communications. That executive assistant is like the Attorney General's professional ride or die. Now this next one on the right is even crazier. We're talking about Jennifer Levy, Letitia James' first deputy Attorney General. I mean, that's basically to the Attorney General what the Vice President is to the President. They have an advisory role to the Attorney General. They literally provide legal and policy advice to the Attorney General on various matters. They can act as the Attorney General in an event where the Attorney General is unable to attend or be there in person. They can act as an ambassador to the Attorney General's office, literally representing the Attorney General's office in issues that might have to be handled in another state or elsewhere. These are 2 of her most trusted positions within her office, which makes sense given the personal nature of the documents we're talking about here, but if these were specifically the people she went to for her Norfolk property, what else did she trust them with? Oh yeah, by the way, remember last week when we were talking about Miss Hochul dropping Letitia James like a hot potato? Well, the momentum is already building. Time for action. Why Governor Kathy Hochul must suspend Letitia James. An open letter to New York's governor on Attorney General Letitia James' pattern of misrepresentations. Governor Hochul, if the rule of law still applies in New York State, we deserve an explanation for why your Attorney General Letitia James remains in office despite mounting evidence of misconduct that would likely result in prosecution if committed by any ordinary citizen. Guys, it's happening. Pressure's building, and now we have 2 of Letitia James' accomplices, and it turns out they're some of her most trusted members of her team. The 2 people that would be able to point us directly to evidence of Letitia James' office coordinating with Biden's DOJ to engage in political prosecution of their opponent in an attempt to interfere with the 2024 elections. Are you guys as excited as I am, man? Everything is coalescing just like we were hoping it would months ago. It's not quite best case scenario, but it's close. You guys rock. Thank you for joining me. Sorry for the short one, man. This new editing stuff I'm trying, yo, I'm learning, but it takes so long. I'll see you on the next one, guys.